go to sleep knowing that you are in the round of 16, and we're going to get into this next match to see who's going to go ahead and take on JonSnow.
Actually, if you're listening, Strange, you have to go to sleep so you can be up for GSL tomorrow. Come on, take a nap, go away. It's gotta happen. We have spawning in the top left. I can't call him Big Bird because Strange is Big Bird. Who's this guy? I don't remember any other Muppets. Ah well. Top left is TApro's Creature. And tell me about the Zerg.
Yeah, it's a Zerg player. It's a Zerg player also from Europe, from Isuba. It is next.
Now, I don't mean to stress your ignorance, but I gotta ask, do you know anything about these players? Like, anything you want to throw out there, Hawkeye?
Well, I know Creature definitely is a great contender. We see him consistently in the top of the Grandmasters list. So, definitely a very strong player. But we also know that nerves are a real thing for him. Sometimes his nerves can get in his way, even for
Really?
small, minor things. And we saw a little bit of that frustration in Season 1 in some of his series as well. But he definitely gets overhyped when he's able to advance on. And he's just a North American player that just really likes to play a good game of StarCraft and is hard on himself when it's not.
Wow. Well, I do hope we can see him calm said nerves. This is his life on the line. I do want to see Creature go forward in the RSL, even though I don't want to see two Protosses qualified. I'm torn, right? Because, like, on paper, it's like, oh, both Zergs died, which breaks me. But in reality, it's Creature. He's a great player. He deserves to be here, and I wish him the best. But it's wishes don't do you much here. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn that last tournament HOTS win. Seeing a Hatch first opener coming out of next, he's not worried about any cannon shenanigans or proxy gates, because that's really what kills Hatch first. And a gateway gas coming out of Creature. Opportunity to punish a 3-4 pool if that's what we see, but more likely we're going to see that pool go down, which we do. And now we wait and anticipate the placing of a gas or even another hatch out of next. Well, oh, yes, there we go. Very safe play out of both of them then. This is going to be as standard gets for the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. We're not seeing that Cybercore yet because Creature wants to go ahead and put down that Nexus. That is natural, so he's just going to go ahead and get that done here. So, and we see Creature is actually scouting the third base, waiting to see what the timing is for this next base, for the third.
And this is very important as Protoss. Obviously, the third timing is delayed because you know your opponent's going gas, but no matter what, actually, he doesn't know his opponent's going gas. He didn't see the gas go down. So 4 minutes is around when a 15 pool would take the third. If he doesn't take it momentarily, then Creature should know that there's a gas, which will definitely dictate his plans and his play. Going double gas, so we're not going to see any gateway work out of Creature.
Yeah, we see that warp gate's going down, and double gas from Creature, so definitely looking to get the gas mining going and start building up into his next tech.
Yeah, there's a lot of all-ins that function off of one gas. There's a lot of weird tactics like 4-gate that function off of one gas. When you see this gas geyser go down around 4:30 or a little bit before, you can pretty much be confident that the Protoss is going to be looking upwards in his tech tree to hurt you. Gateway going down, 2 gateways. This is looking pretty ordinary so far. We're probably not going to see a 4th gateway go down, and there's not going to be likely a 3-gate pressure because he brought all his probes home. And this is critical because with this Overlord over the natural, you can almost assume that Zerg always knows when probes are going in or out. So if you don't leave that scouting probe out on the map, you're not likely to be able to get a probe out for proxies ever. But yeah, the third going down now for next, pretty delayed third, tells us that he is going to throw out a Ling round. If he wasn't going to make a round of Lings, then that third would have gone out much sooner. Overlord Scout coming in, Hawkeye, what does he see?
He sees warp gate being researched. He sees a unit coming out of that gateway, and he's gonna see the 2 gases and the chrono boost being used, but not seeing exactly where it's being used. So you can see it in the front with that other Overlord here.
Yes, very good Ling Scout coming out of next. He's looking for any proxy pylons. He saw the probe go home, so he doesn't really have to worry about it, but you can never be too safe.
Yeah, so we're gonna see that Overlord finally get sacked.
And yeah, here comes that round of Lings I was talking about. Gas is coming down for next. A little bit early, I feel, was his second guy here. But he's oversaturating, so it makes sense.
Yeah, saving
That,
that Overlord though. We do see some nice force fields going down, trapping all these lings in. So Sentry's going to go ahead and help that Zealot out. And
this
nice
forge
little win.
is hidden, and that forge tells us that next is creature is either going to take a third really quickly, or he's going to push out with like a large 7 gate or so, timing it, like we saw. Who did we just watch? I'm insane.
JonSnow?
Strange.
Oh, Strange, yeah.
Like we saw Strange do. This Nexus is going down around 8 minutes. So remember what I said about 8 minutes meaning the Protoss invested in something. In this case, the Protoss invested in this forge. So he's prioritizing a stronger timing later for a slightly worse economy. But it is going to be standard play. And this is why Protoss is so hard to read, because that later third could be indicative of like a 7 gate, but it could also just mean he's going for quicker upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We see a probe get sniped here, but good force fields go down, gonna trap a large amount of these lings, but that's just gonna delay kind of that infrastructure timing for the third base. We usually see probes go put the two pylons right next to each other, put the cannon in the middles, and then put their two gateways to defend that cannon to really set that up. So just delaying that a little bit here. It looks like it's not gonna pay off the way the next is gonna want to, but we see he's going into Hydras.
Yes, Hydra Ling is going to be the attack of choice. There's no fourth going down. A quick fourth will be going down about now for Zerg. He has the money for it, but he's banking that economy because he's going to want to do a bust or an attack that is pretty likely to do damage. So yeah, well, this is good. This game is going to come down to these Hydralisks proving their worth. If he can't do that, then his follow-up will probably fizzle, and the upgrade lead will prove the might of the Protoss army for creature. I don't know. It'll be close. Though
Yeah.
I do think one thing to note, Hawkeye, the economy of Next has been sapped a bit. If you watch the early game, that round of Lings, all that little production that wasn't going into drones will hurt him for this Hydra push. What do you think this is gonna work?
This is a small force and it has the potential to do something here, but as long as a creature nails his force fields, I don't imagine this being an issue here.
Yeah, it's really on the Protoss to mess up for this to do damage, and a huge wave of Stalkers coming in. I think this is going to be deflected handily. Creature's opener was just a little bit more crisp than Next. Next playing so safe that he doesn't really have the economy to make this work.
Yeah, we do see the blink is finishing up for creatures, so definitely gonna have that blink micro opportunity to preserve the life of his stalkers, but we do see Overlord speeds going down, but not gonna be able to use that in this attack here. We're just gonna see the Ling Hydras and just more gateway units to defend it, so more stalkers joining the fight, and it's a little bit of a standoff. It's you know those movies where the two armies are just standing on the side, but it looks like something happened here, so we're going to see this engagement go down, and these force fields are actually going to do a good job at splitting this army up, not getting that like perfect concave, but creature can't really just step into that either, so it's going to be kind of a standstill between these two armies.
Well, he's really just delaying, because this Hydra push needed to do a bit of damage. It needed to kill a few sentries. It has done nothing. If we look at like units lost, we can see that the Zerg is considerably far behind, on top of the fact that his economy was sapped by his own doing. So going forward, it's going to be tough for Next to hold this never-ending Stalker push. These Infestors will play a critical part in this fight, but there's no Spine Crawlers, nothing to really anchor his army. And this is going to be scary. This is, I think this is referred to as baguette style, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but we do see he's getting hive, so there's going to be a Vipers coming here soon, but picking a handful of Hydras actually this first round. So
Looks like Next is going to want to go for that Blinding Cloud fungal combo. But this army is here, man. It's so many stalkers. It's so much value. I think before these Vipers can take the fight, we're gonna see the Protoss just push up and really, really take it to the Zerg. But credit to Next. He's holding this high ground. This concave is really strong. We may see Creature have to go around if he doesn't want to push up into this.
yeah, so Infestors are going to join the Ray, and a Dark Shrine actually going down in the base of Creature. So
Yes.
Creature knows that he needs to get some other magic working alongside of his main force to get something done here. But he's going to go up the ramp here, so trying to get that engagement, but Next just being very patient.
Yeah. In Creature 2, we're really seeing like him show his colors as like a patient, smart player. He could theoretically push up this ramp and maybe kill his opponent before Vipers and Infestors, but he doesn't want to risk throwing this game when this is obviously like the tournament on the line. So yeah, neither player wants to be a YOLO, just a YOLOer.
But we do see that there's a move out Bob next, and Protoss is going to go ahead and get the first shots. Double.
I like this for Next. This army is going to be completely caught out, and this aggressive blink is a little bit presumptuous, but I think it's going to do the job. And this is really what Creature was waiting for. He was waiting for the Zerg to step off creep. He was waiting for Next to get overconfident, and now he has a tremendous army at the doorstep of the Zerg. The supply is still in the favor of Next, with a 29 Hydra Remax coming out. But I don't know, Hawkeye. This is terrifying.
Yeah, but if this army keeps not being together and getting a full army engagement, these Stalkers are just going to rule. So Infestors go down, and we're going to see some more Hydras starting to finally get in here. But Protoss just showed what Protoss is doing. Lasers going off, even the drones are coming off. The third base, or excuse me, fourth base just went down, and this Protoss army still stands.
Yep. And it's really like the upgrade lead has been very helpful for him. The positioning, the patience is all paying off now. I don't know what happened to that warp prism he was sending around. I guess he just brought it back to his army to use as a weapon point. But Creature is playing this out really well, and he's being rewarded for it. Psystorm is done, and this fourth base will go up uncontested. There's no way the Zerg can threaten his opponent after all that. He has no gas banks, so Broodlords are almost completely out of the question. The only hope he really has here is some kind of Blinding Cloud fungal push that ends the game. I don't know if that's likely though, Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking so either, but we do see a Colossus is being pushed out right now. So Creature definitely going into that AoE smacking.
The warp prism sent off in the third. He sounds cleaned up, but the point is, like, he's keeping his opponents worried. He's telling Next, look, I have this warp prism here. You have no way to kill it. You can see it with your overlords, but that doesn't mean you can deal with it. So you either have to leave Hydra's home, which I know you don't want to do, or you're gonna have to, not push out ever. And that's obviously something that Next can't afford, because he has no spine crawlers. He has no real huge tech to throw at his opponent.
Yeah, actually interesting here. He's throwing down spine crawlers and spores at his main base to prevent the warp prism from doing anything.
Yeah, you have to. Like, you need a way to answer the warp prism that doesn't take up much army supply. Because if you leave units behind, you're really just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, definitely here. So, Creature definitely has a fourth base established. And he's just continuing to pump out Colossus. He's getting that armor upgrade as well. And 6 more gateways on the way. So Creature just wanting to force his gateway units through here. And we do see a lot of High Templar are here for Storms. They're going to be able to turn into Archons if the Storms are expended. But we might see an engagement coming up here in just a moment.
With these gateways, despite the fact that Creature is just trying to reenact the Legacy of the Void cinematic, how that works is he's going to take his fight. He's going to lose a lot of supply, and then after that happens, he's going to be able to use a lot of his Remax potential to warp into his opponent's bases. So that's really good to do. But aside from that, he is gateway heavy, so it's great to have him.
Yeah, but this Colossus just ripping those Hydras apart. That's GG. Creature takes this very first map.
Is that Creature taking it away? Will he close it out in the next game? Find out momentarily, provided production doesn't destroy us.
So, let's see. Next map's going to be Iron Fortress of this series.